holy shit. What can I even say about this episode? It was so fucking good. Oh my god. Okay, let's just get right into this. Starts off with a flashback of Reiner, Bertolt, Armin, and Eren all talking about things they want to do. How Reiner wants to go home. Bertolt just wants a comfy position as a military officer. And Eren wants to kill all the Titans. And they're having a nice little bonding moment. And it was like the very first time Eren, Armin, Reiner, and Bertolt ever bonded. And then we cut back to the present. And Eren screams, "You traitors," as he transforms into his Titan form and just punches Reiner right in his face. And they both crash into the ground. And Mikasa's watching this and she's screaming at herself like, why didn't I cut their fucking heads off when I had the chance? I'm never going to get that opportunity again. But it's because she cares for Reiner and Bertolt. They were her friends. She's known them for 5 years. So they knew when she was coming after them, they knew they were screwed. They had that look like, oh shit, we're dead. And she couldn't bring herself to kill them, and I can't blame her. Even if you know that these two are some of the biggest pieces of shit, and Eren says that a lot throughout this episode, you know that they are just scum. You can't shake that feeling of, I've known you for 5 years, we've lived together, fought together, almost died together for 5 years, so it's really hard to bring yourself to kill them. And I honestly, I can't blame her for that. I hold no grudges against Mikasa for that. She really did her best. Back up on the wall, Hanji's organized everyone like, come on, we have to take this bastard down. No prisoners. We kill the Colossal Titan here and now. He is a huge threat to humanity. So the scouts all go out. And Bertolt's trying to get them, but he's too slow. They're just easily zooming around him like flies. You know, you try to catch a fly and it's just too fast for you. That's pretty much what this situation is. And they're like, this is going to be easy. We got this. He's so slow to compare to the Titans we're used to facing. And the whole squad just converges on his nape, and they're about to slice the shit out of him. But then he reveals his trump card. Bertolt may be slow and can't move that much, but he can eject a whole bunch of steam from his body. And the steam is so hot, it burns your skin and sends you flying away. It's like the ultimate defense against ODM gear. Because when he pushes you away, you can't even send your little grapple hook back to him because the steam just pushes it away. Hanji's like, okay, it's annoying, but we can handle this. One squad on the ground, one squad behind him, my squad, we're going after the Armored Titan. You keep an eye on him, we're going to go help Eren. They jump down, and they're going after him, and Eren gets his shit wrecked. He goes to punch Reiner twice, and Reiner barely flinches, and Eren's hands break off of him. And Reiner just delivers a mean right hook and just sends Eren flying, just crashing through the forest. And Mikasa's flying, going around Reiner trying to get through his armor. Now, I'm sorry, this is one part where they kind of portray Mikasa as being way more stupid than she is, because in Reiner's Titan form, it's not like Annie. Annie could crystallize certain parts of her body at once, but not her entire body. Reiner, he's got like steel hard plates pretty much covering him from head to toe, except for his joints. He couldn't move if he was completely armored up. And the joints are very clearly exposed. Mikasa is a trained killer. She would know to go for that. So I just find it so hard to believe that she would just be sitting there stabbing at the plates when you can clearly see the flesh right there. That's one of my biggest, really? They really couldn't do that? Right then and there, because Mikasa, she would know to just go right for that. I'm sorry, there's no denying that. And Eren just, as Mikasa is trying to help him, Aaron's just going through this whole thing of like, you pieces of shit. If I went through all of history of humanity, I wouldn't find anyone a fraction of how evil you two are. And he gets up, and his hands are regenerating, and he's just screaming in his head because his Titan form can't talk, so he's just saying all this in his head. And he's just like, you don't even deserve to live. You don't even deserve to exist. You need to be wiped out. And he goes to attack Reiner, and then Reiner just gives him another right hook and sends him flying. And Aaron's just having flashbacks of all the times that Reiner trained him and all that. And how Reiner was his fucking hero. And just all kinds of crazy shit going through his head. And then he has and when he gets the second right hook and he lands, and he's just getting, just living shit beat out of him, he has a flashback of training with Annie, and she teaches him this maneuver that if you're up against someone stronger than you, you can use it, like, joint locking and things like that, and taking your opponent down using their own momentum. And she demonstrates the technique on Aaron, and Mikasa don't like that. She sends Reiner flying and comes up to Annie and's like, hey, show me your technique, Annie. And they square up, and everyone's just like, holy shit, this is going down. Annie versus Mikasa. Aaron, who do you think's gonna win? And he's like, I don't know. And it cuts back to present day, and Aaron's like, why am I thinking about this? Is this my life flashing before my eyes? Well, if it is, screw it. And he gets up, and he just screams. His Titan form can scream, it just can't talk. And he just screams, and everyone's like, oh no, he can't take him hand to hand, but he's blind with rage. And Armin's screaming at him like, Aaron, run away! And Aaron goes to throw a punch, and Reiner throws a punch, but then Aaron proves them all wrong. He proves them all wrong. As Reiner's fist comes up to him, he just slides by it, gets him in a lock, and just puts Reiner to the fucking ground. I'm serious. And goes to punch Reiner in the face, and Reiner tries to flip him over, and Aaron's like, oh no you don't, and just locks his legs around Reiner's neck. And he's like, hey asshole, screaming in his head, if you want to destroy humanity, next time don't teach me how to kick your ass. And then he breaks Reiner's armor and rips off one of his arms. It's so badass. After he sends the arm flying, Aaron gets up and he's squaring off with him, and Reiner gets up and he's just looking at his arm like, damn, that was actually pretty good. And Armin screams at him, Aaron, get to the wall, we can't let them abduct you. So Aaron actually follows through with his plan and comes over to the wall, and Hanji comes up to him. He's like, hey, put him in another one of those locks and try to rip off one of his legs. We can't let them get away, and we can't let them get you. And Aaron nods, and Hanji, she's obsessed with Titans in a not very good way, so I kind of think she had a little bit of a situation right there. She just, not a bad situation, but, one of those kind of situations. But anyway, she flies back up to, rappels back up to the wall, and Aaron squares off with Reiner. But Reiner, he's done holding back. I will admit, he was taking it easy on Aaron. But then he just charges at him and he's giving him, he doesn't punch him or anything, but he smashes him into the wall and sends him flying. And Aaron's like, holy shit, he's so fast. And this is when Hanji finally points out he wouldn't be able to move that fast if all of his joints are armored. Mikasa, Armin gives Mikasa his excess blades, because Mikasa is a lot better of a soldier than Armin is, fighting wise. Hanji's like, if his joints can't be armored if he can move like that, so we can still cut his joints. And Mikasa is like, okay. And Reiner charges at Aaron again, and Reiner is fast in his Titan form. He is very fast. And Aaron's like, shit, I can't dodge this, so bring it on. And gets Reiner in a lock. And Reiner goes to try to throw him off, and Aaron's like, I don't think so, you son of a bitch, and gets him in a full lock where he's literally got Reiner's head in his arms, and he's like, I'm gonna rip your fucking head off. And Reiner cannot get out of this. His plates are shattering. His head is getting ready to come off. And everyone's like, yeah, Aaron, do it. Rip that bastard's head off. You got this. And Aaron's like, I can win. I can beat him. then, Reiner, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, Reiner would have been able to get out of that, but Mikasa did come in and slice one of his leg joints, and that made him, not be able to have as much support. And that really let Eren start being able to rip his head off. But just before he can, Reiner just starts crawling, just dragging him and Eren a few feet along the wall. And everyone's like, what's he trying to do? And one of the guys like, yeah, he's just desperate to try to get out of this. But Eren's got him. The whole time, Eren's just desperately trying to rip Reiner's head off. And then Reiner stops, and he screams. Like, this is the first time we've ever heard Reiner's Titan form scream, although it's only the second time we've ever seen his Titan form, to be honest. But anyway, he screams, and everyone, and Hanji remembers the last time the female Titan roared, she drew in a whole swarm of Titans. So everyone's like, okay, let's be on guard. He didn't call in for Titans that aren't in the area. He called for Bertolt. Suddenly, everyone on the wall is looking, and they're like, what's going on with the Colossal Titan? And his ribs start to break, and he falls. And someone just screams, everyone, look out above you! And they all look up as Bertolt falls, and Eren looks up, and he's like, and the Colossal Titan is just falling down, mouth agape. And right as he's about to land on Eren and Bertolt, that's when the episode ends. Oh my god. This was such a good episode. I kind of wish I hadn't seen it until the English dub. But, oh my god, it was such a good fight. Just seeing Eren just getting wrecked and him learning from it. It shows you how much he's gained control over his Titan form. Because in the first season, when he would get pissed, he would lose complete control. But now, he can get pissed and still stay in control. And in my opinion, that's a hell of a lot more dangerous. True, his out-of-control Titan form goes crazy. But... oh boy, when he's in control and he's pissed off, he becomes deadly, as Reiner found out. He would have gotten Reiner. He would have ripped his head off, pulled him out of there, and probably just crushed him in his hand. Oh, it would have been so good. Anyway, I give this episode a 10 out of 10. I don't care. Yes, a 9 out of 10. Because Mikasa should have picked up from the beginning that she could slice through his joints. That's the only thing. It's the only thing I'm holding against this episode and Mikasa. But I can't blame her for the writer's choices. You know what I mean? You can't blame a character because they're doing what they were literally written to do. But anyway, that's my review of episode 7. Holy shit. That was a really good episode. Better than episode 6, much better than episode 6, and just really shows Eren's progress. It was good. Okay, I'm off to watch episode 8 for the first time, because apparently they released 3 episodes without me realizing it. I swore I checked last week and I couldn't find it, but anyway, I couldn't find 6, 7, or 8 last week. I don't know what happened, but anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later.